Going on, everybody? This is your boy Jagging Off. Talk a little, gonna talk a little Jags, but I didn't really get a chance to talk about this last week, but the Jags are now officially over $30 million under the cap. Um, like I said, I mean, we knew about Calais Campbell and Marcel Darius restructuring their deals, and now we've released this list of players. Um, we released Malik Jackson, Tashawn Gibson, Carlos Hyde, what's up, MLBs, and Jeremy Parnell. Now, Eagles fan 2002, his first 2 years were very good. He had a down year last year, but because we drafted Taven Bryan and Marcel Darius is still here, we let him go. But I mean, if the Eagles make a run at him, he'll be good for them, I think. I don't think he's a bad player. I don't hate him or anything. Only player on the list I really despised was fucking Jeremy Parnell, who's a fucking disgrace. Yeah. I was a little upset. I mean, the move with cutting to Tashawn Gibson kind of sucked because I think we could have restructured with him or, at least got something for him. But, the other one, Carlos Hyde, he came here last year. He was playing behind a beat-up offensive line. So, in a way, I partially blame that for his lack of production. I mean, Leonard Fournette didn't even have that good of a year when he did, he had some good games, but he didn't have, a great year when, he did play. But, it is what it is. But, if you told me this was the list of players we would have to cut to get, well under the cap, I'd be all right with it, man. Because, if we don't have replacements for these guys already, we're going to draft them. So, that's how it's looking. And then, I think with draft strategy now, if it is Nick Foles we sign, which, all indications are we're going to, I just think the first 2 rounds, we got to get him more targets to throw to. I love the 2 tight ends from Iowa, Hoskinson and Noah Fant. I think they should be either our first or one of them should be either our first or second round pick. I love DK Metcalf, and there's a lot of good receivers in this draft. You got him, you got AJ Brown, you got I agree. I don't think he's worth that either, which kind of would suck. But, with the Foles contract, though, if I'm Jacksonville, if he's going to average around, $20 to $22 million a year, yeah, it's a little high, but if we're going to do that, what I would do, I'd front load a lot of that, so, he makes most of it in his first year. And then, that way, if he does suck, it'll be easy to get out of. Also, top priority, we should be paying Yannick Ngakoue next year. We got to pay Miles Jack too, and then the year after that, unless we franchise tag him, we got to pay Jalen Ramsey. Those 3 guys are cornerstones of the team, of not only the defense but our entire team. So they have to be around. At all costs, those 3 guys got to stay. But anyway, if it is Nick Foles that we get, our first 2 picks should be a wide receiver and a tight end. Period. Whether it be DK Metcalf, I like him because we haven't had that big man presence at receiver for a while, and we really need another pass catching tight end. So Noah Fant will be good. And also, I'm hearing, there's a rumor that Mercedes Lewis might want to come back here and finish his career. I would like that just because of the question marks at right tackle, and really that don't have to be a problem that we necessarily sure enough find a fix this year. Out of all the replacement that we had last year, Eric Flowers probably played the best. So what I do to at least temporarily fix that situation, and then Will Richardson was really good in preseason and training camp. I liked him a lot. So I'd say let those 2 battle for the position who starts this year, and maybe we find a long-term solution. And Flowers will be cheap. You can probably get him for like $1 million a year, if that. So he's going to be desperate to stick on. You know, who's really going to be top dollar for Eric Flowers? Nobody. No, but not even more than that. So hey, but Ben, listen. Here's the thing with Metcalf. I know he's kind of stiff. I know the route running's not good just yet. Those are coachable things, but like, look, we have shifty. We like literally all of our guys are speed receivers. Like Marquise Lee, speed receiver. D.D. Westbrook, speed receiver. Even DJ Chark, even though he has size to him, speed receiver. Like Keelan Cole, speed receiver. But adding him will give us some size that we haven't had in a long time. So that's one of the reasons I really like him, just because we're missing that. Now, I do love Hoskinson. I do love Noah Fant. I'm all for trading down and getting one of those guys. We just got to end up with a good receiver in the second round somehow. And you know, AJ Brown could actually be one of those guys that slip, or N'Keal Harry. I think one of those guys could slip to the second round possibly. It'd be a good move to trade up and grab them. What up, Ash? Let's see, what else? But yeah, after that, I think rounds 1 and 2 should be receiver, tight end. Maybe get some depth at right guard, tackle. Just add offensive line depth. Or if we are, and like I said, this is if Foles is the guy. There are guys who are going to slip to the end of the third round, maybe the fourth round. Two guys I really like at that spot are either Will Grier or what the fuck's his name? Tyree Jackson. Tyree Jackson's really rising up, and Will Grier was arguably going to be a first round pick till he had a very bad combine, and then I don't know. We'll see how his pro day goes, but he could slide to that spot, and that could be somebody that, you know, low key could be a good backup plan if Foles doesn't work out. So look at guys like that, and also, you know, Carlos Hyde's gone now. T.J. Yeldon's probably gone. Corey Grant possibly is going to be gone. There's not a huge name running back in this draft, and you know, in a lot of mock drafts, you know, I haven't seen guys getting taken until mid-second round. So you know, the third round, I think we could get a good running back to spell Leonard Fournette. Like, the guy from FAU, I can't think of his name right now, but I've watched tape on him. I really like him. Shit. Who else? Yeah, Josh Jacobs is another one. Even though he probably won't make it to the third round. What's his name? David Singletary. He's pretty good. I mean, I think we could end up with one of those guys. Why get him? Because we need Leonard Fournette's the only running back on our roster that's under contract. Yeldon's gone. Corey Grant's probably going to be gone. What's his name? Hyde is already gone. He's on the Chiefs. So we're in need of another guy. So I think one of those guys I think could be a good draft pick for us. And then I think somewhere, maybe add depth at D tackle, maybe get, you know, a guy who can come in and occasionally and do some pass rush, since, you know, Dante Fowler's gone, and fuck him. But I just think top priority too is if we do sign Nick Foles, get him guys to throw to. And then this should be I'm thinking this will be a bounce back year for us if we get those pieces together and our offensive line stays healthy. We gotta have Leonard Fournette stay healthy, and that's the key thing. Like, if we like even like with Foles, if our team stays healthy, you know, we're a great fucking team. We have a fucking roster to compete now, even with the guys we lost. Like I said, Golden Tate wouldn't mind him. Let's see. But yeah, with the roster we have, like, yeah, we had a bad year, but like, I still think, you know, with Foles, if he does what he's capable of doing, like he did in Philadelphia, we have a roster to compete right now. And you know, we trimmed $30 million in cap by really not getting rid of anybody that's gonna really kill us long term. Like, the biggest impact that we're losing is fucking Tashawn Gibson. I mean, I think they're banking a lot on what's his name, Jared Wilson being good. I mean, he showed flashes, but is he definitely a starting free safety? I mean, I don't know yet. Got to see how he does this year. I'll be watching him a lot. But and you know, it's not to say that, you know, we can't find a safety in the later rounds that, you know, could end up being good for us if Wilson doesn't work out. And if Wilson doesn't work out, we don't have a guy, and if we don't have a guy to replace him, you know, that's going to be something we fix next year. But I mean, that's pretty much it and where we're at. We'll see what happens, man. It's gonna be interesting when free agency kicks off. But you know, glad we got under the cap. Glad we got rid of Jeremy Parnell, who's a fucking disgrace. And you know, like I said, gonna be an interesting year. So that's all I got.